Hello. It's been a while, hasn't it, boys? Got a little bit more hair, a bit more facial hair. Lockdown was rough for me, as you can see on my headpiece, but let's talk about WrestleMania, and I'll make it very, very quick. WrestleMania, let's just say it like this. Please stick to 2 nights. It's so much easier that way. It's gone 4 in the morning. I feel a little bit more refreshed than I've done in years past with those like 6.5, 7.5 hour shows that they've done. This is so much easier. It's been so much fun. Night one, definitely better of the two. Shout out to Drew McIntyre for coming a long way. I wasn't a fan of his from before, but he has won me over. So shout out to Drew McIntyre. Shout out to Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. That was awesome. Shout out to Bianca Belair and WWE for elevating her and going all the way with her. That was cool too. And shout out to Rollins and Cesaro from night one. Night two, the Fiend and Randy Orton thing. Okay, the Fiend stuff is very hit and miss for me. Okay, it's very hit and miss, but I will agree with a lot of people online where I'm like, what on earth? I have to watch my language because the game has changed, but what on earth was that? Where you had this big revenge angle, and then was it Alexa Bliss comes out of the box and she's got that weird hip piece and black bits shooting out, and she's like, and then he gets distracted by that and loses, and I'm like, really? The supernatural fiend? Okay, and the fans booed. And I'm not shocked. And I think the fans were a little bit deflated after that. Tag match took a while to kind of get into with the Nia Jax, Natalia versus Shayna. And, that match took a while to get into. I came a little bit more alive when they done Owens and Zayn. I thought that was very energetic, good spirited tussle. Logan Paul is a better heel than quite a few people on the main roster. He done he's a natural heel to a lot of people, for a number of reasons. But I really was happy to see him get stunned. I think Sami Zayn right now reminds me of Daniel Bryan in 2011 and 2012 without the big main event push. But I really like what Zayn's doing, so I like what he's doing. He's really making the most of what he's been given, and he's doing something with it. Really enjoyed that very, very energetic match. The Riddle Sheamus match, I liked. I will say this though, I'm not really into the Riddle character. I find him to be the stereotype of a late 90s stoner bro. Let's make some hot dogs, bro. I'm on a scooter. Excellent wrestler, but the guy's a complete geek on Raw, so they're going to need to tweet that character. Sheamus gave him a good boot in the face when he done that flip. I kind of expected that was going to happen, actually. Right in the mouth, bust up his mouth. And he was all bleeding from the side of the mouth. And yeah, Sheamus won the US belt. Surprise. Surprise. What else was there? Oh, goodness me. See what I mean? This is what happens when you get old and you grow more hair. Oh, you had that segment with Titus O'Neil and Hogan, right? Was it Titus O'Neil and Hogan? Fans booing Hogan, by the way, not a shock there. Yeah, the fans booing Hulk Hogan, I'm not shocked. And then they tried to sound sweeten it afterwards. But you had that. Then you had the Bellas come out. Everyone wanted Becky Lynch, and they didn't get Becky Lynch. They got the Bellas instead, and fans booed that. But to be honest, I wasn't expecting Becky Lynch. She's just had a baby. And yeah, she was trolling everybody online, but I wasn't anticipating Becky Lynch to come out. Now, some people have said it may have been a swerve and that they had changed their minds on that, and that's probably why. She wasn't there, but I wasn't expecting that. Oh, then you had the Big E and Apollo Crews match. So it's obvious to me that they have plans for Big E Langston, since they've separated him from the New Day. But he's still affiliated with them, of course. And then he had that match with Sheamus, that street fight with Sheamus, and I thought that was really, really cool stuff. Apollo Crews, who is a very good athlete and a very good wrestler, Well, the jury's still out on this new character that they're doing with him. I feel like, yes, whilst he is of Nigerian heritage, it still feels like to me he's playing a character rather than being a character and feeling it as he goes out there. And I don't know if that's because they're telling him, don't do this, and this. However, he wins. People were not happy about that in my group chat I'm a part of. And the guy from Raw Underground came out. Was it Bubba Conde? I can't remember what his name is. And he in the neck and dropped him and stuff. So there was that. Well, we'll see what happens with his character. I really hope he sways from playing the character and starts being the character. And I hope that they let him do that. And then you had the main event. No, before you had the main event, sorry, my apologies. Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Now, let's just get this straight. I am a Rhea Ripley fan, right? I am a Rhea Ripley fan. In NXT, she was smoking white hot. And then she beat Shayna Baszler. It was like, wow, you've created a top star. And then unfortunately what happened was they had her lose to Charlotte. And then in NXT, it's just like she never regained the momentum, lost to Raquel Gonzalez, moved to the main roster. And I was praying that she doesn't lose at WrestleMania, because if she loses at WrestleMania, it is going to really stall her momentum even more so. And thank God she won. She's wrestled in more. She's more of a heel now on the main roster. I really enjoyed the match. She was taunting Asuka. There was a DDT spot where they went bang right on the head. That was great. Asuka was throwing the kicks. Then she dared her to hit her one more, got up, hit her with a Riptide 1, 2, 3. It was also quite touching to see at the beginning of the WrestleMania intro, seeing her crying and seeing the emotion of the show get to her. And that shows you how much it means to all of them, actually. And that was fantastic. Same with Bianca Belair, same with Sasha Banks. Now we go to the main event. Excellent main event. Now, we haven't had an update and been up to speed. I like the new Roman Reigns character. I like what they've done with Edge and Bryan. And I felt like the story would be that Bryan and Edge would wrestle with far more desperation and urgency because of the things they've been saying in their promos. Edge, this is my first title shot after 11 years or however long it's been away. Bryan, this could be my last chance at being the world champion. So I anticipated that they would wrestle with a lot of urgency, and they did, and it enhanced the match for me. Then you had Jey Uso, who I think is phenomenal, and Paul Heyman. Jey super kicking Bryan and super kicking Edge, and then trying to help the man, the chief, get the upper edge. Then he gets taken out. Then you have Roman, who's just become. He is the guy right now. Come along leaps and bounds, and he looked phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, like in terms of the presence of the character. And then you had this moment where he put Bryan through a table or something like that. Then him and Edge were going back and forth. Then Edge got the submission hold on him, crossface. Then as he's about to tap, Bryan pulls the referee out. Then Edge goes mad, and then Edge gets the chairs and he does the concerto to Bryan. And then he's about to do one to Roman, or he did one to Roman. And then he went for a near fall, and then Jey Uso came running. I was putting money that Jimmy was going to show up. Then Jey comes darting out. He interferes. Roman eventually gets the upper hand. Great anticipation. Like, that's all three of them build up anticipation so well, where you're on the edge of your seat, on the edge of these leather seats, as you can see, and really built that up very, very well. Roman eventually bang on Edge's head, and then just spears him and then smacks his head in. And I thought, can't use the words I want to now because I've got to be very PG, but what a douchebag move where he puts Edge over Bryan and pins both of them. I thought that was just a brilliant, brilliant touch. And we'll probably get Roman Reigns and The Rock next year, or Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar this year. So great stuff. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to say night one was definitely better out of the two. The main event, though, was fantastic. I won't take away from that. And it was so good to see fans in the arena instead of TV screens. It was brilliant to see that again. So I'm going to head off, guys. It's been a long time. I promise I will be back. We've got so much to catch up on. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel. Hit that subscribe button if you're meeting me for the first time. It's nice to meet you. And yep, the master is back. God, I didn't say that. Let's cut that out. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Stay safe. God bless you all. And I've missed you all too. Bye.